Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. If it's your first time here, thank you so much, by the way, for clicking on this video and joining our little YouTube family. I hope you like this video enough to subscribe and yeah, kind of hang out with us some more. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a little bit of a get ready with me with you guys. We're going to be chit-chatting, you know, doing a little life update situation. I'm also going to be sharing with you guys how I cover up my acne scarring with makeup, because that is a question that I've gotten in one of my vlogs on the comment section. So I wanted to just make that a type of video for you guys. Okay, so let's address the elephant in the room. Yes, I am back to having short hair. I cut my hair again. Yeah, I just really noticed that I'm not a hair person and it's just not my thing. It's giving me way more stress than it's worth. So I just always had this, like, I don't know, maybe I'm like I overthink things, but I've always just felt so stressed out every single time I had to change my hair and do something different with my hair. Also, I didn't like to have the same hairstyle for too long, and then that meant that I had to change styles really frequently, which was expensive. One night I was just hanging out, you know, having some wine, some mom juice, and I was like, that night I was looking for hairstyles on Pinterest. On like what I wanted to do with my hair, and I was settling on like a carrot and like singles at the back, and it was like already like saved up, had some saved up pictures. And while I was doing that, I was just like, why am I like, I know that I'm gonna cut my hair eventually, like why am I giving myself so much stress? So what I did was decided that I was gonna cut my hair. And because I know myself, I was like, okay, I've done this before, where I decide that I'm gonna cut my hair and then I end up like changing my mind when I get to the salon or to the hairdresser. So I was like, you know what, just so that I don't change my mind, I'm going to take a scissors and just get started. You guys, when I tell you I had patches all over my head, I was like, Kanye West. I had patches all over my head because I ended up also getting Maru's hair clipper, the one that his dad uses to cut his hair. And I tried to like cut it a little bit more lower. Bad idea. I ended up going in way too deep and I had like bald spots all over my head. It was a disaster. When I got to the salon, literally everybody was laughing at me like, girl, what the F happened to your head? But my barber is really, really great and was able to kind of work his magic on my head. Another fun thing that I did is I pierced my nose. I pierced my nose here. I have a nose ring, which I really like, but we had some issues in the beginning with my nose ring. I actually started with a stud, and the stud that the lady used is the same stud as, like, let's say this one on my ear. That is like a little small stud, and then she didn't put the stopper under, so it was kind of like a stud on its own, and it didn't really have a hold under, so it kept on slipping out every single time I washed my face or I bent over, or my face was oily, like after I put on like my skincare stuff. So I decided to change it and put a nose ring instead. And I know a lot of people advise against this, and I get it, but it was either this or I just let my hole just gather. I think the ring looks cute, but I don't think it's the right earring, and it's gonna help for me to heal quickly. So, but we'll see. I'm really hopeful, and I try to clean it as much as I can. And speaking of cleaning it, I'm just about to clean it right now. What I use to clean it is I use a little shot glass and also this fine sea salt from Nature's Choice. I take about a teaspoon of it, the sea salt, and put it into the shot glass. Oh my god, I think this is too much. Yeah, I think this amount. And then I pour in some warm water. By the way, I've already like kind of washed my face. I haven't like put on anything on it yet. And then after putting warm water, then that's when I just stir with a Q-tip or an earbud. We call it an earbud here, but I know there are places where they call it a Q-tip. So I just stir and stir, and then I start cleaning it. Important to also clean the inside. Another thing that I like to do is I like to get my entire nose in it like this. I'm really nervous that it might catch an infection because like literally everything that I've read says that it's a horrible idea to change your nose ring like so soon after getting the piercing. So I'm very nervous. I clean it up as often as I can, maybe 3 or 4 times a day. I think I'm done cleaning it. To moisturize my skin, I use the Sebamed Care Gel. By the way, I also pierced my ear this side. It's funny, the nose is the one that I'm having the most issues with. Here, it's not giving me so much stress. I can even sleep on this side. Like it doesn't feel super swollen and stuff. It still has some tenderness and it's still painful, but it doesn't feel as painful as my nose does. And even when I was getting the nose piercing, I felt like it was a lot more painful than this one, because I even shed a tear a little bit, but then it didn't feel like, it wasn't a tear like of, oh my god, it's so painful. It was more of like a tear of just like that involuntary tear that just kind of comes, like, yeah, that happened. Because it was really painful, I'm not gonna lie. It was like, from a scale of 1 to 10, it was like on a like 8, 9 for me, right? And I've given birth, so it was really, really painful. But yeah, I got these 2 piercings. I've always wanted to have this one. This is actually the second time I did a nose piercing. I once had it and then I don't know why I took it off. Oh, I think I just was worried about an infection and I kept on like harassing it. You guys, like I harassed my face, like, you know, and now that I have a piercing, like it makes me so conscious of how often I actually harass my face, because I just sometimes find myself just touching it, and that's not a good thing because, you know, it's not always with the cleanest hands. So that's why I'm really worried of an infection. So I'm just hoping that I don't get an infection, because I will harass my face. That's why I have dark spots, because I will pop pimples and I will scratch on them and I will, like, I will harass my face. Anyway, so I am going to put on sunscreen now. I always put on sunscreen. It's cloudy outside actually. There's no sun, but I will always put on sunscreen. I use this Eucerin one. It's actually a sunscreen that I saw being used by Jose, I think is her name, Katai. Like, I go to her for all of my makeup, like plugs and all of like tips and stuff. Like, she's so amazing. So she is using this sunscreen, so if Goose is using it, then it must be good, right? I also got this tip from her of like putting it on this side as a way of putting on sunscreen. Like, you guys, I'm such a fan, clearly. Okay, I'm done with my sunscreen and it's time for me to start with my makeup. The primer that I use is this one from Rimmel. I think I hear my child crying, but he's supposed to be sleeping. The next thing that I like to do after I put on primer is I like to put on this, ooh, why is it wet? I like to put on this loose powder from Yardley. I actually saw this tip from, was it like, I think I also got this tip from Goose. There's a good chance that I got it from Goose. Like I said, she's like my go-to person. Because, by the way, this is not a makeup tutorial or anything. I'm just sharing what I use. I am not in any shape or form a makeup artist. I do not, like, this is me just sharing what I do to my face to make it look the way that it does, in terms of covering up my acne scars and stuff, because I got that question. So yeah, this trick, I really like it because it makes my foundation sit so well, and I was really worried about it because I didn't want it to look like flaky or cakey and stuff like that, and I was worried that it would do that, but it didn't. It really didn't. It also helps kind of not make your foundation transfer easily, whether it's on your clothes, and now that we wear masks a lot, obviously also the foundation that you use plays a big role in kind of like how your foundation transfers to things, but like, you know, this trick really helps kind of just reduce it. So it's worth trying, especially, you know, powdering around the mask area where your mask is gonna be. It really helps with the transfer, at least it did for me. That I have dark spots, so I have to color correct. I use this Pro Concealer in the color Peach. It has some bite marks on it. It's because of our puppy Bubbles. Actually, I'm really not sure because it's either our puppy Bubbles or mine, because those two together as a pair, trouble. Having a pet, you guys, is so, it'll test your patience so much, because especially a pet like us, because we have a Maltese, you know, it's a little Maltese puppy, and it lives with us most of the time in the house. That means that we are constantly having to pick up after, because it's still a puppy and we haven't really trained it yet. Guys, my child is screaming now. Not screaming like crying, but screaming as in like for no reason, like he's just like ah. Anyway, so it feels like I have a whole other baby. Don't get me wrong, like I love the fact that we have a puppy, and it's like really exciting for Rue, because Rue loves animals, you know, and that's the reason we got him a puppy for his birthday, was because, you know, he really loves dogs. Everywhere that we go and then there's a dog, he will literally be following the dog around, patting it, trying to climb on it, just literally, and he doesn't seem really bothered by the dog just being all over him, like jumping on him and stuff. And he's a tiny baby, and sometimes he does this with like big dogs. So we're like, okay, we're gonna get him a dog, but we wanted to get him like a small yana dog that's not gonna be too overwhelming for him. So we got him a Maltese. By the way, guys, I know that I look so weird right now, but like I said, trust the process, okay? Trust the process. The aim is not so much perfection, it's just so that the visibility of my dark spots is significantly reduced. Whew. By the way, guys, it's like hot. It's like 1,000,000 degrees out there, plus this light, because I have the ring light on, is not doing me any favors. It is hot. And my child is still screaming. I forgot to do my eyebrows. I don't know why I always forget to do my eyebrows. Hi, baby.
Hi.
What's up? Sometimes I forget to do my eyebrows before I put on foundation and stuff, but I really like to do my eyebrows before I put on foundation and all that fun stuff, because I just feel like I just have a better look at like my face. I just have a better look at my face, and I can see just how things are going to blend into things. More when I have, you know, done my eyebrows first. But I did them off camera because they're just so delicate, so I needed to really be into the mirror. So, oh my goodness, I'm running out of battery. No. Anyway, so I'm about to put on makeup, and the makeup that I use is this Estee Lauder. I've talked about this makeup before. I think I say the name wrong. Estee Lauder. It is in the color Cinnamon, and it's almost finished actually. I hope it's not done. And then to blend my foundation, I like to use a brush. I use this Real Technique foundation brush. It is so awesome, just my favorite. I love it so much. And then I go in and then I just tap. then to highlight, I use this concealer from LA Girl. It is in the color Pure Beige, and I just like to go in to highlight my under eye like that. My battery is literally about to die, you guys, so if it dies, I will see you guys on the flip side. Now I'll show you guys how my final look of makeup looks like. So as expected, my battery did eventually die, but I did decide to continue filming and kind of pick up where I left off on a different day. On this particular day, it's the morning and my voice is so bad, you guys, in the morning. That's why I decided to do this voiceover instead. So the audio is not that great, so I'm not gonna talk that much and I'm gonna just let you guys enjoy the video.
Or maybe we just hit the end of the road. Right now it doesn't even matter. It's too late not to let it go. And that's why I wish you the best and say goodbye. You start to get dressed and then we cry, 'cause we both know it's gonna hurt, but not as much as this does. We had a good run, don't say we didn't. I was your first love, and you were my first one. Cheers to all the memories, the venom and the remedy.